Hey guys, and welcome back to Jackie's Garden Spot. Welcome to another episode. Happy holidays to everyone, and let's get started. So on today, we will look at planting out for the spring, and we will look at the carrots to see if they're ready to be harvested. Come along, let's go. Guys, what I did was ordered some other types of containers to plant in this year. They are the small containers, and it's sort of like a greenhouse within the greenhouse that we have here to help the seeds to germinate and to grow at a better or faster rate. So let's look at other ways in which we are going to grow this winter to get ready for our spring harvest. Let's discuss some of the seeds that we will start off planting in. Most of these seeds I'm going to start now in the month of December for our spring harvest, because most of these seeds take anywhere from 4 to 6 to 8 weeks to germinate. So in order to have the seeds to germinate and ready to plant out as starts by the end of February, we are a little behind the ballpark with starting the seed. So we are a little late, but that's okay. Better late than never. So we will begin by planting out some iceberg lettuce. We also have some romaine lettuce that we'll be planting out. We also have some red onion, some white bunching onion, some yellow sweet Spanish onion, and we also will plant out some peppers. And yes, I did say peppers. It's already time to start looking at planting out our peppers. Cayenne pepper, jalapeno pepper, and we will plant out some hot ghost peppers. So that's enough for getting started just on today. And of course, as you can see, I have a lot more to plant out, and I will, but not today. That's a lot of seeds, guys, just to get started. So we'll begin today, and we will walk you through on how I plant out and get ready for the spring harvest. Stay tuned. Guys, with the onions, I'm just going to sprinkle them in, because I will come back in and thin those out and move those along as they get started. So onions are a little bit different. Okay. All right. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, moving on to the mini greenhouses within a greenhouse. We are going to now plant in some hot peppers, jalapeno peppers, habanero peppers, and then I'm going to plant into this tray the cayenne peppers, the sweet Spanish onions, and the red grano onion. These are also called companion plants because they work very well together in helping the other one to grow. So they have like a mutualistic relationship, if you will. The other one helps the other one grows. It keeps pests away, and it promotes for a better germination rate and a better growth rate, with giving you more pepper plants and more onion, a better onion stock. So as we get started, I will be talking along through this as well. I am starting these because, again, they take a longer time to germinate and to grow in order to give us a good harvest. So I will begin with, I guess, the habaneros. I am not sure of how long I've had these. I think it's been a year As you can see, it says package for 2025. So they're very new seeds. So I'm going to probably put maybe 2 seeds per tray on this row. And then I'll come back in with the habaneros, or no, the jalapenos, and then the ghost peppers. Okay. So with this, all I'm doing is empty them out. If they'll come out here, I'm going to empty out a few into my hand. And I'm going to probably plant 2 per seal to make sure I get a good germination rate. And rule of thumb, guys, let me go back and explain this. I'm going to plant one on one end of the cell and the other one on the other end, because if both of them germinate, then that means that you will have to kind of finagle with the root system in order to break them apart to plant them out into the garden in the springtime. So to keep from putting so much stress on the root system, it's always good to have them growing a little bit apart from each other, so it's not so hard to tweak the root system to divide them up into like individual little plants. So again, that's the habanero. So I've already labeled my little stencils here, and I'm going to put that in here so that I'll know what is growing where. And I'll go back in and cover these up with the little soil. And again, guys, I'm not going to water them in deeply, but I will be spraying them with a little spray bottle so that I won't disturb the seeds. Okay. That was habanero. The next one will be, I guess I'll do the jalapenos. And as you can see from the packaging, I get my seeds a little bit from everywhere. I really like this particular distributor. It's the Okra Lady. She's found on Etsy, and her seeds really germinate very well. I also go to the Dollar Seed Company. As you can see, each pack of seeds on that particular website is $1. So, and they have a very good germination rate as well. Just trying to open up this packet, guys. Okay. And again, with the jalapeno peppers, I'm going to go through and do the same thing here. One on one end and one on the other end. I have too many there. Okay. And I'll go back in and cover that up, guys. I'm just trying to give you a visual of what I'm doing. And I'll go back in and cover them up before moving on to the next cell. These, of course, are ghost peppers. So these are hot peppers, guys. This tray right here is just all hot peppers. And guys, I'm going to cover these up, kind of sprinkle them in, water them in off campus, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so what's important with this, that's why I came right back on, was to show you that what I did was put the water in the bottom of this particular tray, and to keep from disturbing these seeds in the peppers, of course, I'm going to water them in from the bottom. Okay? I'm going to allow the water to seep in from the bottom. And what I will do is I will lay these on top, because I still have to go in and put the cover on them to create the greenhouse effect. So because I can't put these in right now, what I'll do is I'll lay them here so that I'll know in what order I have my seeds planted according to the rows. And then I will cover them up. So on these little mini trays, you can close the lid for germination, and you can open them after they have started to germinate and turn into little seedlings, and allow them to get a little air. So right now I'm going to put it on, and I'm closing it up to create the greenhouse effect. And I'm going to leave those right there so that I will know exactly what I'm growing. I'm growing jalapeno, ghost, and habanero in this tray. So I know that that's the tray that I'm growing those peppers in. Okay. And then move it over to the next tray. I already have my labels made. Cayenne, the yellow sweet onion, and the red granule onion. So I'm going to do the exact same thing here. And of course, as you can see, these are packaged for 2024, which means that many times when you see the seed packets, look for the dates, because the date will tell you that about the germination rate. The older the seed, the more seeds you may have to use in order to get a good germination rate. For instance, where you saw the 2025, these are practically new seeds. And that means that I could have possibly used maybe one seed per tray and received a good germination, but I did 2 seeds just to be on the safe side, because anything can happen. And again, on these, I'm going to do 2 seeds per seal so that I won't have to guess about the germination. Now on the okra lady, she packages hers very fresh. So there's a good chance that hers will be also 2025 as well. Okay. So with this one, it's the cayenne. That's going to be in that seal. And I'll put it there so that I'm not confusing myself. And again, I'm planting 2 seeds per seal. Show you what I'm pouring it out to be. And that's how those look. So 1 seal on that side, 1 on that side. And guys, I'll continue on and I'll come back in and show you what we ended up with. Stay tuned. With these, I did put the water in the bottom of the trays. These trays. And I set the planters inside of there, the seed tray inside of that water system. I'm going to always water these from the bottom. However, with this one, it's going to be sort of an experiment. They are the yellow sweet onions that I planted in. And what I did was just put the soil in here and sprinkle the seeds on top. Put a layer of soil on top. And then I'm going to spray these lightly and keep those moist as well. And I will cover those with the little mini cover, greenhouse cover. So again, we are in the greenhouse. Of course, if you have been paying attention, you do know that the greenhouse has changed a little bit. I'll take you on a small tour of the greenhouse here to show you the changes that have been made. There has been a little housekeeping. As I told you earlier on one of the videos, was that I had to kind of clean it up a little because it was kind of junky. So I have organized a little bit, and I'm going to show you that. Give me a moment and stay tuned. The soil in this area is already a little damp, so all I'm going to do is come in, kind of shake it up a little bit. I am beginning with the romaine lettuce, and I'm only going to open up the pouch and just sprinkle liberally in. I'll make a line, guys, so that I'll know exactly where I started in my lettuce. I'll lightly cover it with some more soil. Okay. And I am going to make sure that I mark that area so that I'll know exactly what I have planted in this spot. Okay. And because the grow box is wider, I do have room to plant in other items. So I'm coming next to the lettuce, and I am going to plant in some bunching onion. And again, I am planting inside of the greenhouse, guys. Again, I am going to liberally shake this out. And again, cover. And of course, I'm going to mark that area as well. The last item that I'm going to put in the other area is called iceberg lettuce. Iceberg lettuce. Hopefully you can see that on the screen. If I can get this container open here. And again, it's a lot of tiny little lettuce here, so I'm going to sprinkle out a little hand of it and sprinkle it in. Not too much, but just sprinkle it in. And again, I'm going to cover this area. And of course, as it germinates, I can see whether I need to go back in and thin it out later, guys. And of course, I will, because I heavily put in the seeds here, hoping for some germination. And I'm going to mark that area. And then I'll come back through and I will lightly mist the area to make sure that it is very moist and it's in sunlight in the daytime and it's enclosed at night inside of the greenhouse. So it should do very well. And moving on, guys. Okay, guys, what you see me doing now is I'm just coming through and I'm going to mist lightly. If I can get it to cooperate right here. I'm going to mist in those seeds to make sure that they are moist. And every other day I will check to maintain the moisture until they germinate. I do have a cover for this particular grow box. However, with onions as well as lettuce, they tend to do well in cooler environments as well. So I think that they'll be fine uncovered, and we will check it and see. Of course, the germination will be slow on all of it because everything that I planted out today, again, it normally takes maybe 4 to 6 weeks in order to germinate. Okay. Okay, guys, let's tour the new and improved greenhouse. So, as you can see, we have a new shelf that we keep the water bottles, some old pots in, and then we moved the citrus fruit trees inside. I had to put them up on a shelf. We have of course, you've seen that grow box. Nothing is in it right now. However, we will be planting in that one probably next week. And we just planted in this one. This is towards the back of the greenhouse. And as you can see, my husband made me a tool rack. Of course, teamwork makes the dream work, right? And then we have a shelf, a long shelf to plant in other seedlings and other seeds to be improved upon seedlings, right? And of course, that's the shampoo ginger below that. And of course, some other grow bags and things that I'll need as the season continues on into from the winter months to the spring months, and the watering troughs as well. So I think that we are on our way to organization, guys. The new and improved greenhouse space. So the next thing that we'll need to look at is harvesting, or looking to see if the carrots are ready to be harvested. Stay tuned. Of course, guys, this is the side of the greenhouse, and the lettuce is overdue for harvesting, and we may pick some lettuce for dinner tonight. I don't know yet. The radishes are coming in beautifully, and I'm going to allow them to come on in. But okay, let's discuss the carrots. Of course, they are growing until the stems are pretty much falling over. So let's see here. They are pretty much sticking out of the ground, so I'm going to pull one just to see, guys. Let's see here. That's one. Looks pretty good, just very short, tiny. Let's see. That's a good one. Looks like we are harvesting, guys. Some, at least. That's a very short one, but it's still good. So it looks like we have a little midday snack. And let's look back here, guys. Let's pull it and see. Oh, I broke it. I did break that one. Let's see. Let's try to pull this one directly out of ground. Oh gosh, very good, very good. Okay. So I think that's about it for the two of us. That's all that we can pretty much snack on right now. I'll leave some for later. And again, I will be planting out some more carrots, because this time of the year when you plant them out and they get a little cold snap on them, they tend to taste a little sweeter, guys. Okay. So this is a pretty good harvest, I would think. Keeping in mind that I didn't pull all of them. I just wanted to taste them and get a little snack in for today. And it's quite of a healthy snack. But anytime you see your carrots and they are growing to this length, then it's time to look and see if they're ready to be harvested, okay? Dive in a little bit deeper into getting some of these seeds out. So until next time, I've enjoyed hanging out with you today. Happy holidays, be well, and remember to grow something. Peace. Happy holidays, guys.